me.
The very last topic that we have today is Microsoft, of course,
Nice.
and their press conference.
Yep.
So they showed a lot of stuff and like a lot of nothing, at the same time.
A lot of mediocre, but a lot of stuff.
Right,
How did you guys feel overall as you were watching the show? Were you excited, happy, let down, surprised, encouraged? What do you think? How did Microsoft do?
I kind of felt like whatever. I mean, it's
Okay.
kind of like what we were talking about, what we had discussed before the show is that, like, when we had first saw that, Microsoft and Bethesda was working together on this, we thought, Microsoft don't really got shit. And Bethesda's got all the bangers, right? I'm thinking we're going to see Indiana Jones. That's what I predicted. You know what I mean? I thought we were going to see some Starfield. You know what I mean? A bunch of other things going down the pipeline. And we didn't get, we barely got any of that. We got a little bit of Starfield, but it was like a minute bit. It was
I
small,
thought
tiny bit.
Bethesda really lacked here. I mean, I'm looking through the list here, and was it only Starfield that they even revealed?
They revealed Fallout 76's new DLC coming out.
Yeah, and I know that they said there's more of their games coming to Game Pass that are already out.
Right, all the older stuff. Yeah.
But I think that was it.
Mm-hmm.
What a letdown, dude. I mean, I think part of the problem is some of the stuff they're working on right now is for PlayStation.
like
Deathloop,
they're still working with Deathloop.
right?
Yeah.
And like some of the things they're doing right now are not really exclusive to Microsoft yet.
Right.
So I think they'll get off and running next year. But dude, it's just funny because we were talking about this before the show or before E3. Why do we think they're combining each other? That in the past, Bethesda always had enough to have their own show, and all of a sudden they're combining it.
It's because
it
they ain't
made
do
it
shit.
think like Microsoft needed help because that's what you thought. I kind of thought that way.
Right.
You thought it was reverse, right? That Bethesda
I
needed
guess
help.
you were right.
But I think it was even neither one of us were right in the fact that I think neither one of them had anything. I don't think Microsoft had anything either. I mean, what did Microsoft really have? Stalkers 2?
Stalker 2. I mean, they showed.
Forza,
they showed
Halo,
Back for
Forza
Blood
was cool.
and
I was like
Contraband.
Forza. But yeah, Halo was a letdown.
I mean, Contraband. It's like they reverted back to their old mistakes. Like in their past shows, they always gave you just like a little clip or like a screenshot.
That's
never
all they've ever
gameplay.
really done.
And that's like always been Microsoft's thing. They kind of reverted. They kind of gave us gameplay more in this one, like a little bit more of like a PlayStation-like conference. But then they would revert back sometimes, like with Contraband, and give us like, dude, why did you even bother revealing this? Like, why did you even bother telling us?
Yeah.
I know it's because you're desperate. You're desperate to show something, but there's nothing here.
Yeah, this is my perspective of this Microsoft Bethesda showcase. What it was a really long Game Pass commercial.
Yeah.
That's all this crap was.
Mhm.
It's just a Game Pass commercial.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less.
I mean, I was actually interested in Sea of Thieves, right? I've never
It's a great
downloaded
game.
it and checked it out.
It's an awesome game.
But the fact that they were adding the Pirates of the Caribbean
For free.
aspect in there, for free 99, I was just like, okay, damn, I might actually download it and check it out because it was like all new like gameplay and stuff like that was going to be added into it. So, I was like, okay.
Oh no, I will
kinda
say
interested.
the other Bethesda game was Redfall. It's
Redfall.
Arcane Studios, Bethesda studio.
Okay, yeah.
And that was the one at the very end, which looked to me like a Back for Blood.
right.
Just another Left 4 Dead. Honestly,
Right.
that's what it looked like to me. There's this fad going around now. Like all of a sudden, there's this fad again for these Left 4 Dead type games.
Yeah.
And
They're fun.
why? When I know Back 4 Blood's going to do it the best anyways.
Yeah.
They invented it. They're going to do it the best anyways. Like, why am I going to play, Ghost Recon Extraction when I know that Back 4 Blood's going to be better? Why am I going to play this other one when I know Back 4 Blood's probably going to be better?
Yeah.
How did you feel about what they show with Starfield? Did you?
Weak. We didn't even see any gameplay.
I wanted
was
to know like
just-
more about the story or something like that. Like, give me a synopsis or something.
It was
Like,
just some
give me a little bit more.
pre-rendered trailer of. I mean, it looked pretty, but is
Yeah, it
this
looked
the actual gameplay? No. So you guys can take it back.
Nothing, dude.
Yeah.
We got nothing. Not even a UI.
We got hosed.
We got nothing, man.
We'll go back to the leaks, the 5-year-old leaks.
Yeah, the leaks are more revealing than this, dude.
Yeah, they did have a little
Right?
bit more information.
I mean, it looked like when you're in the ship and you see like all the little things on the wall, the detail. That's a Bethesda game. Like you see that there, that little touch of Bethesda.
yeah,
But that's it. There's nothing else at all they gave us. And this is coming out in 1 year.
yeah.
I'm just like, really? That's really. What is that telling us? What is that communicating? That they're not even. Is this another Cyberpunk? Like, what is that communicating to us? Where they don't even feel comfortable showing us any gameplay yet, when we're only 1 year away from it releasing.
I don't know, because I feel like if they had shown us a lot, that could have been like the game winner of the freaking,
Absolutely.
of the whole E3.
Maybe
you know
even
what I mean?
better
That
than
could have
Elden
been the
Ring, right? It
showstopper,
could have
yeah.
maybe even toppled Elden Ring as far as
Right.
game of show.
Yeah, if you had given like some good details and showed us a lot about it, I think it could have definitely done that. But I don't know. I
Yeah,
just
what about
felt-
the Outer Worlds 2? Did you guys like that cinematic trailer they showed?
I mean, it was cool. It didn't seem like too much going on for me, but I mean,
It just
I
felt
loved
like more Outer Worlds. Of course, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I loved Outer Worlds, so
but-
I'm definitely waiting, for more. What
Well,
about,
I mean, we get no date, we get no information.
Oh.
It reverts back to their whole habit of doing that.
Well, what about Grounded?
I was definitely thought that the stuff that they were adding with Grounded was dope.
Yeah, that was
Because they're
nice.
doing like another edition, adding some stuff in. They've gone a long way. So, and I mean, Grounded is always keeping you updated with the stuff that they're doing. They always do like the developers themselves always drop a video online to tell you like the stuff that they're coming out with on the next update and stuff like that. So, I'm always ready to play some more Grounded. That game is fun. What about Psychonauts?
I'm excited about
yes.
Psychonauts.
Yeah.
I never played
Actually,
those,
when I
so-
saw the trailer, I was a little bit more impressed than I was expecting it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it looked a little more updated. It still kind of looks old. but it looks
That's
a
what I
little
was
more
disappointed
updated.
with, man. The shit still looks like
It
it's
still
in
looks
that
old,
old
but it
same
looked a little
graphics.
better than what I was expecting. I was expecting really janky, like original.
Well,
but it
I
looks a
feel
little
like
better than that.
the only reason it looks better is because the console just pushed it.
That's
up.
true.
Like I felt like the
That's
developer
true.
did nothing extra
Yeah.
to it. Double Fine didn't do shit to their
I still think it's going to be a lot of
characters or
fun, though,
anything.
man. Like, even watching that, I still think it's going to be a lot of fun. The psychic powers moving things. I think it's going to be a
Yeah.
lot of fun still.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be fun. And that's a Game Pass game in August. That comes really soon.
Yeah, I guess the best thing about it is that it's free.
It's
for
free.
us.
I think it's going to be a lot of
Yeah,
fun, honestly. I
so.
think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's not going to be Ratchet and Clank, but it's going to be their competitor. Right, that's what they would probably show as their competitor to Ratchet and Clank.
Right.
Apart. Just not going to even touch that, man. Ratchet and Clank is a masterpiece compared to that. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun still. I'm still looking forward to
Wasn't
playing
Jack
it.
Black voice acting some characters in the upcoming
I
Psychonauts
think
game?
so.
I think
he
we
is.
talked
I
about
thought
that
he
before.
did.
So that should be cool. At least
I'm
they're
not
putting
sure.
Yeah.
some.
Marcus has got to be super pumped. Hades coming to Game
Oh,
Pass
yeah,
on
Hades to Game Pass.
August
Yeah, I mean, we
13th.
were talking about that. It's like, it's so crazy because the shit that be coming out for like the PlayStation ends up coming out
on the
for the
corner.
Xbox and it be free
Yeah.
on Game Pass.
Yeah.
It's just like, damn.
That's the only reason why this show has any redeeming quality to it. Is because everything they're showing on screen
Is
is
on
Game
Game
Pass.
Pass.
Game Pass.
They showed 30 games and 27 of what they showed are on Game Pass. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just like that's awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, definitely Hades on Game Pass. Like
That's
when
huge.
we had
Awesome.
found out that it was coming to PS4 and PS5 or whatever, I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll buy it then. But the fact that it's gonna be on Game Pass and I don't have to pay anything extra for it, I'm definitely loading that on my console as soon as possible.
Yeah, that was huge, man.
What about like I know it's probably like an odd one, but Slime Rancher too.
I was always interested in those games.
That seemed
That's
like a cool little
yeah,
time
it's okay.
waster. Like
yeah, it
almost
was
maybe
okay.
like a puzzler
It
or
wasn't
something
like
like that.
super exciting.
Yeah.
One game that actually really excited me, and funny enough, might have even been my favorite game revealed, was Replaced. You
Replaced.
probably saw me put that on our little patron poll.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
a bunch of big name
See,
names, and at the
I
bottom
didn't
was
know. I
Replaced.
didn't see Replace, so
Dude,
I didn't know
Replaced
what that was. I
looked
thought
really
you were adding like a replacement or something like that.
Placeholder.
Yeah,
Nah,
but I
dude,
did see
like-
that in the Patreon for sure.
Have you watched that video? Do you remember the trailer? Do you remember it
Trying-
just slipped?
I
Dude,
don't
it
think
looked
so. I have to see it again.
Good.
I have to look at it again.
I was just my mouth was. I love the indie games, but this
Uh-huh.
one had like such great character setting, storytelling, combat, music. I mean, I was just really, really impressed by this one. So that was probably my favorite game
I'm gonna go back and
from
check that one out.
Xbox.
Yeah,
even
for
though
sure.
that
Yeah.
because I mean, had I seen gameplay from Starfield or had Halo Infinite been more awesome, I mean, Halo Infinite, people are going to be excited about that because the multiplayer looks
Free.
like multiplayer and it's free, but that doesn't excite me. you
The
know?
multiplayer just, I mean, it just looked like the lesser version of the Infinite that they were talking about. You know, where it's like, oh, we improved the graphics. They cool, but they're not great. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It just looked like that. I was like, damn, man. It's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, it's cool that the multiplayer is for free, right? Because people, you know, might have been turned off by the game and they don't want to spend the money on the campaign, so at least they'll be able to enjoy the multiplayer, which
Yeah.
is what a lot of people
Yeah.
had bought Halo 4 was to do the multiplayer. But I don't know, it still just doesn't look that great to me. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't look like it's next gen. I feel like they need to just
Where are you at on that, Mark? Like, you play a lot of Warzone. Did it appeal to you at all? The multiplayer aspect of Halo? Does that?
Of course. I
Are you gonna
I
put some time
love-
into that?
I love the Halo games. To me, it peaked at Halo 3. That was my favorite
Yeah,
online.
of course.
With the rank system and everything was just so balanced. So I'm hoping they have some sort of rank system online. As long as they have a cool rank system, then I feel like this is gonna do well. But because it's free, I think that's a good recipe to, make a lot of money. They're gonna have battle passes. In the trailer, when the guy with the sword was like charging in, he had like some sort of, there was like a armor set that was like a samurai armor set from Halo 3,
Yeah, that
Which-
looked really cool.
which you had to
That
play,
samurai armor set looked really
you had
cool.
to play the campaign and like find all the skulls.
Oh, to get that, huh?
So I'm like, I wonder if it's the same thing. You have to play the campaign to unlock all the badass armor, because that would be really cool. Because that was one of my favorite things. Back then, I only played multiplayer games, but I played all the Halos
Right.
because I wanted to unlock all the cosmetics for the
Right.
base game. Didn't spend no money,
Right.
So I'm hoping that they follow that same recipe for this. Because that would be awesome if they give you that for free. It's like a little taste, but I want to unlock something special. Got to go beat the campaign or do something in the campaign. It just makes the game a little more a great package. So I'm hoping that they do that. But apart from Halo, I'm just gonna say Halo met my expectations. It didn't blow my mind.
Sure.
But there's two games though. I'm gonna talk about something else. There's two games that actually were really interested in. One was Flight Simulator coming to the console. I thought that was cool because I feel like that'd be a cool game to play on the couch, just chill.
Maybe.
I always like the simulator games for some reason. All of them. One that I really want to get recently is the Farming Simulator. So there's a new one coming out. I'm gonna get it.
Right.
yeah.
So I like the simulator games. And the second one was Age of Empires 4. So this is a PC.
Damn
only
PC
game.
though, man.
But I always liked all of the Age of Empires. And
Is it an RTS or is it like it's an RTS?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
yeah, but this is another Game Pass Day 1 freebie.
RTSs are cool. I just they're really hard if you want to be good at them, and that's what's always been tough
Yeah.
for me to get into it.
But-
Like a high skill cap.
The cool thing about the Age of Empires is it always had a cool story.
Yeah.
So
If you just want to do the story mode, easy. Yeah.
they always had an awesome story. And it's a Game
That's
Pass
cool.
freebie.
Free Game Pass. I'll download it.
So it's a cool just to try the latest.
I won't, but it's definitely cool.
Where do you think about Horizon 5? Forza Horizon
Oh, yeah.
5?
So I love the Horizon games because they're a little more open. It's an open Forza
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
So it's cool because if your friends play and you're doing something, I'm like, oh, Sir Knight was here before. This was his score. Let me try to beat him. So although your friends don't play with you, if they did play, there's a lot of ways where it actually makes it feel like a living world. Even though you're the only one in it
Right.
right now, I could see what Godly did or you did. And it takes place in Mexico. This is more like, it looked like deserty.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's gonna be cool if
Some
there's
tropical aspect beaches and stuff. Yeah.
that'd be cool if they added more like maybe like rally cars or maybe some off-roading modifications to the cars. But it looked really good. I always loved the Forza. I used to play it with my brother and my dad, back on the 360s and stuff. So the Forza series always had a special place in my heart, and specifically the Horizon one, because this is not the traditional racing sim where you're just trying to go in laps. This one, you can literally go wherever you want, do whatever you want. If you find a little race somewhere in the world,
Right.
you can do it. You build up your money, you build up your cars. It's just awesome, chill game to play.
I do really love the open world aspect of it, and that's enticing. I just don't know for me if racing is a good enough game mechanic to want to keep playing it. Like for instance, in other open world games like Skyrim, exploring the world is like one aspect of it. Sorcery is another. Sword fighting is another. Story is another. There's all these other elements to it that make me want to keep coming back to it. I don't know if racing is just enough in and of itself, which is kind of what my problem is with Riders Republic too. I don't know if just like racing around and racing on a different thing is enough to make me want to just spend hours on end playing it. I don't know if that's a good enough mechanic for me, which is why like racing games don't usually ever excite me. Forza, it's like Horizon excites me a little bit more than like Gran Turismo or like Forza the motorsport, because those are just racing around a track. I like the open world that adds an additional level to it that I think it does interest me, but I just don't know if it's enough to get me to want to keep playing it over like a Far Cry, right, or a Skyrim.
That's
so,
fair. They do.
And also with Flight Simulator, I don't think Microsoft games appeal to me very much. Like I think they're coming into an era soon with like Bethesda and Arcane and some of these studios that do excite me. What's the one that makes that made Fallout New Vegas? Obsidian. Like Obsidian and like Bethesda, and these studios excite me, but none of these games are out yet. Like none of these games are launching yet, and so I feel like Microsoft is still like a year or two away from drawing in someone like me to become like a really big fan, other than Game Pass, because their games don't excite me very much. Flight Simmer doesn't excite me. Sims, they have lots of Sims like that, or like Halo. Like those games don't really excite me. I know there's an audience out there that just adores those games, and they're super excited for them. But just me on an individual level, I don't get as excited for those types of games as much, as other people might. And so I'm just not really ever super pumped about a Microsoft E3.
That's fair.
Starfield, I was hoping we get Starfield and some of these other Bethesda games, which I was getting excited for it.
Yeah. I really wanted to see that freaking Indiana Jones game.
And that too. That's great. Yeah, they didn't show us any of that.
Yeah, that was a letdown.
Nothing new that we have been expecting we got at this E3, which is really, really... the E3 as a whole kind of felt a little bit...
of a bust.
Fluff. Yeah, a little bit of a bust.
Yeah.
A little fluffy.
For sure. But yeah, so... I think that's all we got this week, right?
Do you want to grade this Xbox show? What did you think?
Yeah,
it was?
We do
what
need
do you
to
think
grade
it was?
To
what
me,
did you give it, Mark?
It was a solid C+ for Game Pass subscribers. If you're not a Game Pass subscriber, this is a D, in my opinion.
That's a great distinction, man.
Yeah,
I love that distinction.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a B+ for Game Pass subscribers, because there was just a lot that's that's coming out and that we know is coming out for the near future and stuff. So you got options out there. The
absolutely.
fact that they're adding things like Hades and stuff like that on there, is all good news. But yeah, as far as like, showing us some breathtaking stuff, something to blow us away, giving us more of what we wanted, which is like Starfield and stuff. They could have even tried to play Russian roulette and throw out some 343, out there and give us some Halo Infinite gameplay so we can see what improvements they've made, and tell us that they're currently working to make it better or something. That would have been awesome, but they did none of that. They played it as safe as possibly could be.
They did. They played it very safe.
Yeah.
I was going to give it a B because I thought it was a good conference, and they had one of my favorite games replaced, and I have Game Pass, but I hadn't thought about that aspect, that really I'm looking at it from the lens of Game Pass, and I don't know if that's fair or not.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's fair to think of. I think you should look at it as you're not a Game Pass. I think you should really, in a sense, look at this show as you're not a Game Pass subscriber.
Because, like I said, it's a Game Pass commercial. That's what their
Yeah,
thing
I
was.
think
Because all the games that we're excited for, like Hades coming, like a lot of things are like, oh, it's free now. But it's like, well, we should be excited about a new IP, a new game, and those were very limited.
That's a really great point. And I would bet the vast majority of people who are watching the show are not Game Pass subscribers. A lot of people are probably PlayStation users, checking to see what they have, which is why it makes it seem like a Game Pass commercial rather than like a
PC.
showcase of games.
Yeah, dude.
Right? And so from that perspective, if I were to grade it, then it would have to be a D, because that means everything they showed is just, it's like a repeat or a redo or...
And there was nothing here that they showed that would have made somebody go, ooh, I need to buy an Xbox. Like today.
Right. Today. You're right.
Yeah, there's nothing.
I can just get a subscription to Game Pass.
It made you want to get Game Pass.
It made you want to get Game Pass.
on the PC, maybe.
But did it make you want to get a Series
Get you an
X?
Xbox One. You know what I mean? Get you a One
did
S.
it make you want to get excited about Xbox?
But yeah.
Because like I was saying, I was gonna give it a B because I liked it. I thought it was a good show. It wasn't incredible at all, but it was good. But really, yeah, I was skewing my perspective there. Everything I'm excited because Game Pass. It's really what I'm excited about, right?
Yeah.
I'm not really excited about the games. I'm excited about Game Pass. So yeah, that's interesting. Interesting take. So I guess those are our grades.
Yeah. So there you have it. But thanks for joining us this week. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll have one of them questions of the video down there below. So, hit us on that. We always talking in there.
Yep.
Appreciate all the new subscribers and stuff. Appreciate the Patreon support. Like I said, check out the shirts. We got them in there. We got some other ones we'll be throwing on there soon. And until next week, we'll catch you guys later. Deuces.
Peace.
See ya.
I love you, me.